Right, we've got a special guest here today. This is my cousin's knee, and this is a total knee replacement. A standard total knee replacement because he had an arthritic knee for years, and that started with an ACL way back when he was 20, and now it's turned into slow arthritis over time. Now that he's older, he's had to have a total knee replacement. This knee here is 6 weeks out. So you can see the scar on the front where they've gone in. 6 weeks out, there's a bit of swelling. We've actually just treated it so it looks a little bit better, but you can see this classic fluid that's sitting under his quad here. It's sitting on his kneecap. There's a bit around the joint. Standard stuff, right? So you're going to have fluid and swelling after total knee replacement, which basically is one of the major issues why you have trouble in bending it, because there's fluid in there. Plus, there's also a lot of tissue tightness in here. So you sort of got fluid that's stopping his knee bending. You've got tightness from the surgery, a bit of scar tissue starting to form. All this stiffens up. And his brain is on sort of guarding mode, not wanting to bend the knee. So when you push it into flexion, that pain just then contracts the muscles, and that's also why you get a bit more splash. So underneath all that, he'll have quite a lot of range. It's just that it looks like, oh, I've only got 90 degrees here. That's normal 6 weeks out. And the looser he gets every week, you'll find that that range just improves. So what we've been doing in treatment is trying to get stuck into all this soft tissue in here, because that's the stuff that is really tight, really restricting him. So we've been getting right into that. His quads are not too bad. If you squeeze your quads for me, Grant, it's working. He's been working on our program, so he's in, even though he's 6 weeks out, well, he's nearly 6 weeks, he's still on week 4 of our program, because it does take quite a bit to keep up with it, but he is doing very well as far as range. He's got his full extension, he's got his quads, he's got 95, nearly 100 degrees on his flexion, and he is on the bike. Now, normally you need about 110 degrees to get on the bike, but he's managing because he's got the seat high, and he's getting around sort of 1 revolution. It takes him a little while to get that actually loosened up into enough range. So you start off on the bike, you'll find that it's very stiff, and then it takes you a while to go, and then it slowly loosens up. But his mission is to try and get as much range as early as he can. The looser this gets, the less pain you have, the more strength he can gain, the quicker and the less time delay he has in getting the whole thing right. One of the major things that I do in physio for patients like this is to try and get their flexion right, especially if your extension's good. So if your extension's good, which is priority number 1, you want to work on your flexion. Now, for him, obviously I've loosened them up, and that felt better already. Then what I'm going to do is work on getting his glide tibia on his femur. So we push him into flexion, but as we do that, we glide him that way. So he's getting an AP movement that way, which is what he sort of can't do by himself. What that'll do is when he bends his knee, because his knee has got a slide, glide, roll mechanism. Knee doesn't do that, right? Knee does this. We need to get that movement there a bit better, because it's so full up with fluid and scar tissue. And I mean, I say scar tissue, call it tightness, okay? But this pressure here will then help that glide move a little bit better. And so you'll get a stretch through range, which just, after you do this for quite a few reps, you'll just get better range out of it. And then that allows him to go and do more homework. The big thing about these total knees is homework and consistency. If you don't do enough per week, it just takes longer. You'll feel a little bit disheartened. He needs to work on not doing big sessions. So try and avoid, if you're one of these people, try and avoid doing a really big session and then having a break for a few days, because those really big sessions tend to swell it up again, and then you get sore, and then that sort of demotivates you to do it. So you're much better to try and do little sessions and often. Now that's hard if you're working and you've got things to do in a life. But it is a much better way of improving your knee consistently by doing little sessions, not swelling it up, not making it super sore. And so the next day, you're ready to go again. The other thing we do for extension is do the same thing, but in extension. So we're going to go this way. And this just frees him up a little bit as well. You okay with that? Yeah. So you can see now, like, so there's 90 degrees, right? He can then, if I get him to relax his quads, he can get down into his 100 degrees, which is what he needs. 110 is more comfortable. Like, you can get on the bike at 95, 100 degrees. 110 is way more comfortable. So he'll find that the more range he gets here, the more he works on the stretches, the bike is heaps easier, and then he's more likely to get on the bike. The more bike he does, the better he gets. And it's sort of a self-perpetuating thing. The more range you get, the more you can do, and then the looser it gets. Okay, just as a heads up, if you become a member of this channel, you can get exclusive access to the exact exercises that we give our clients here in the clinic with the exact cueing, instruction, technique correction, so you can get your rehab done right. We're uploading over 700 of our new videos, so head to the members area and check it out today. Now, one of his exercises for this week is Swiss ball squats. So the week 5, 6 he wants to be doing, which is the week he's going to go into, trying to work on how low can he get to try and get 1, range in his knee, but 2, quads. Now, if he squats down at this point here, he feels tightness kick in here because that's where the swelling is, that's where the stiffness is. But he's not doing too bad, like that's going all right, and that's enough load for him to work on to get this quad better. What he's also got to think about is like not putting more than 50% weight through here. So he's got to really try and force this leg to go, can I get 50% of weight through here and 50 through here rather than sort of 30, 70 and always shying off it. The other thing he's got to look at, when he looks down at his feet, he's got to see his knee, or you can almost see the scar line here, right? So where that scar line is in the middle of the knee needs to be over the middle of the foot. He's not allowed to have his knee rolling in like that, all right? So he's got to try and also train his brain. When I do squat, I've got to look at my knee. So if you drop down again, Grant, and keep that knee out. So he's training his brain about control, come up again, not just strength. Okay, and that's really important because when he goes onto one leg, if that knee's rolling in, he hasn't fixed that up, it's going to be really hard for him to try and control, and you'll find that the squats are all over the shop. So this is his chance before he gets to single leg squats down the track. He then works on, okay, I'm going to do double leg squats, but I've just got to really focus on this knee because the tendency to do this is quite high. The reason of that is, 1, pain messaging is telling his brain to not use his hip, so his glutes get a bit lazy. But 2, remember, he's had OA before. Okay, the reason why people get total knee replacements is they've had OA for a long period of time. That OA for a long period of time makes that knee roll in. As I was saying, with that alignment, he spent many, many years, probably decades, of that knee wanting to go in. Now, it's not just been rolling in because the pain messaging from having osteoarthritis will affect the glutes. So it's been rolling like that, which causes more sorts of problem and accelerates most likely the OA. But he's also had a bit of valgus. So on previous photos of him, his knee was actually sitting not just in rotation but in a valgus position because of the loss of cartilage. So he's been so used to doing this, it's going to take a bit of time to correct it. So it's very important that while he does his exercises of strengthening and range, he's also focusing on, I've got to fix up my control issues that I've had for so long that my brain has been so used to. Because it will come to the point where he's doing single leg work and it's got to be corrected. There will be some deficits still there which we'll help with, but if he can start that process now, it's going to be so much better down the track. All right, so that's his knee. Typical, normal, total knee replacement is exactly where people sort of should be at, but the effort needs to start now and he needs to be consistent, lots of homework, and he'll get there in the end. Crucial thing is sit to stand. What we don't want him to do is just try and stand up with this leg forward all the time because he's going to put weight through the good leg. The other thing we don't want him to do, if you go 2 feet together, is try and just always stand up 2 feet together. And then that's sort of easier with what people want to do. So you try and do that for me, standing up from there. There you go. He can do it, right? But he's putting a lot more load through here. What I want him to do every time he practices getting on and off the chair is making this leg, forcing him to do more work within reason. So if you come down again for me, now he therefore needs to put this leg further back than that one. It doesn't have to be huge, right? You don't have to like come all the way back because he's going to be limited on how much range he can do anyway. If you go too far back, put that right to the limit, the brain won't want to fire the quad, and so you might be able to stand up on it, and that's a bit dangerous. So it just needs to be back further than this. When he stands up, he will therefore have to put more weight through here than here and force this leg to work. So you try that for me. See if you can stand up from that point. Good man. All right? So repetitions of that is going to be super helpful for him to try and get a bit more load, a bit more confidence on that leg. Try and sit down again for me. Good, he's not bad on the way down. So as he gets better, this leg, every day that goes past, he needs to go back a little bit further until he gets to the point where it's, depending on how much range he's got here, right back. So he's basically putting a lot more load through this one, and that'll give him strengthening, like incidental stuff that he can do. Just every time he gets on off a chair, he's doing strengthening work for that leg, and he's forcing his brain to actually use it a little bit more. Because it's very common if you've got a total knee here to sort of like not use it that much, and the brain says, oh, I'm just going to use this one all the time. And that's, one, you don't get the strong, but two, your jeopardy of getting this one too much load and putting this one at risk. So we want to quickly stop you loading too much here and putting more weight through here within reason. Now, if you are struggling with your rehab and you need specialized, structured physio exercise rehabilitation programs for your injury and surgery, then do yourself a favor and head to physiorehab.com or click on the website link in the description below. If you like the content on this channel, then hit the subscribe button, because the bigger the channel gets, the more free videos I can put up for you to watch.